Welcome to the Astronaut Arcade Podcast, where your space hosts, Andromeda, Cowboy, Ranger, and Native Raider, share stories, tips, and the latest information on anything video game related. Today, we're going to be talking about Halo, as a series, not necessarily the original game. Now, without further ado, let's begin the countdown to launch. Welcome to another episode of the Astronaut Arcade Podcast, guys. So today, it's going to be me and our good buddy, a moist boy, over from the Blueberry Lounge. SithDaddyFresh is in the house. He is here talking to me about Halo today. And yeah, let's get the ball rolling, because we missed a week. And we're back, and we're trying to get stuff done. I personally, I had stuff going on. My kid was sick, and I had my birthday a couple weeks ago. So, I was just not able to find the time to record. But Cowboy, he has been busy trying to stay on top of his stuff. He's going to AA and doing all that stuff. And
Yeah.
Andrew has said she might be coming back soon.
Hell yeah. Andrew, we miss you. Come back, but we miss you. Cowboy, we love you, brother. We're super fucking proud of you. Me and Ranger were talking about that just before the show. We're super proud of you, man. We can't wait for you to be back fully with us all the time and a little bit healthier on the other side of it. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sith, what you been up to, man? Tell everybody what you're doing this week.
this week, so actually in the background right now, this is going to be a pain in the ass to edit, I'm going to tell you. I'm trying to cook, so I'm trying to keep my noise down over here. But I am currently in Frisco, Colorado. We have a ski cabin up here. It's a family ski cabin, but there's a ski cabin up here we're at. The girlfriend of her cousin's boyfriend, some of their med school friends are all here. So went and tried a little bit of snowboarding today. Boys, girls, astronauts alike. I don't do the whole snowboarding skiing thing. Okay, I tried it a couple years ago, fell down, broke my ass. There's still a crack in it. I'm done. I'm good. Got me out on that one. But yeah, gaming wise and shit, just play some Destiny. Jumped in and did some Rivals. Oh yeah, bro. So in Destiny, because I know you guys don't talk about it very much. In Destiny, they dropped a new episodic thing, season, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped it last Tuesday. No, not this past week, but the week before last. So they dropped it. As all things in Destiny are, it's fun at launch. And this next week was, they dropped the dungeon a week from Friday ago. And then on Tuesday, they dropped a new exotic quest to get this little, I don't know, SMG thing. It's kind of cool. I don't necessarily understand it, but to each his own. So I've been doing that, just kind of hanging out. Hung out with HD, hung out with Sweaty. That is, that's really it, man. There's just that and work and sleeping and dogs, and I got snow. Holy shit, do we have snow? Ranger, I'll send you a picture, brother.
Right,
It has
cool.
snowed like 26 inches since we got here yesterday morning, bro.
Jeez.
It's rough, dude. So they're all loving it up there on the mountain right now. They'll actually be back here in a couple hours.
Dude, that's just over 2 feet. If it gets much more, you'll have a small child get lost in the snow.
No, 100%, bro. But that's why I don't know if you've ever been snowboarding or skiing.
Oh yeah,
That's why no one wears white. Is in case you hit like a snowdrift, you don't diss a fucking pier, you know?
Yeah.
As much as I would love to. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I used to snowboard and ski with my family. We would go on a yearly vacation when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I love that stuff. So much fun.
Oh yeah. How was your week, brother? I know you said you had a little bit of a break, hanging out with the family, and my spirit animal being sick, but it's fine.
Yeah, he's getting better.
Good.
It's been an all right week. We had a pretty good Valentine's Day last night. I didn't tell my girlfriend what was going on. I just told her, hey, you go before I get home, you go soak in the bath, get comfortable, put on a nice dress. We're not going nowhere, so you don't have to worry about doing your hair and your makeup. And while she was in the bath and stuff, I got her her favorite mixed drink is Long Island iced teas. So I went and I bought the stuff to make those, and I made her a Long Island iced tea, and I brought it to her while she was in the bath. And then I went and I ordered Red Robin. I picked it up on the way home. And so while she was still finishing up in the bath and getting dressed and everything, I went and quickly ran some water through my hair and changed my clothes and plated our Red Robin up on actual plates and got a couple of tea candles, put them on the table so we could have kind of a night in date.
Hell yeah, bro. That shit sounds awesome. And for anybody out there thinking, oh, that's not Valentine's Day. That's not what you're supposed to do. Shut the fuck up. All right. We don't care what you have to say. That is beautiful and we love it. That is effort. That is thoughtfulness. He did the thing. I'm proud of Ranger for it. Everyone else, kiss my ass.
What it is poor and not wanting to be around people on the busiest night of the year.
Hey, brother, it's the thought that counts. I'll tell you right now. It didn't work out for me, but I was married once before. And I'll tell you right now, between the prominent significant others I've had and my ex-wife, the one thing that I've always held on to from all those past relationships has been, it's the thought that counts. Nowadays, all the girls on TikTok and shit, they're saying things like, if he wanted to, he would. Well, the problem is it's not if I want to, it's if you want me to, and I got to be able to read your mind. Okay, I can't do that. So, but it is definitely the thought that counts, man. Like,
yeah,
that's dope,
like
though.
that was probably honestly the best way she would have wanted it to be. Because had I gone out and I spent like $200 on Valentine's Day, getting chocolate and flowers and a nice dinner and alcohol and all this other stuff. I spent $200 plus. She would have killed me. Like she was okay with me spending like 75, maybe 100, and making it a nice night for us to stay in. So I think she enjoyed it and liked it way better than anything else that is like normal, like stereotypical. So as far as games, not a whole lot new. We had FUD's tournament last weekend. I want to say, was that last weekend or 2 weekends ago? I can't remember.
That was last Saturday.
Okay, yeah,
yeah, last Saturday.
So we did that.
It was a lot of fun. Sorry, go ahead. Might be. I'll wait. Or
we did that.
Wait, I don't know.
I don't know. It was fun.
I don't know. Yeah.
If you guys couldn't tell, Sith and I have not recorded together before. Not really.
Oh no, we have. I was a guest, and there were other co-hosts.
Yeah, but also it was like once, and you were only there so that you could start the shit.
Oh yes, the Call of Duty episode. I was just there to talk shit to Dizzy.
Yep, that was the only reason you were there. So you waited for your moment, and then you went off. And then
it's the same. It's the same shit over in BBL too. Because I gotta don't get me wrong. I talk more than the rest of them do most of the time. But there's some times where I'm like, I can't jump in and say anything.
Yeah,
because it's like they're going, and I'm like, well, fuck. Where's my moment? Where's my moment? You get a whole lot of us talking over each other, which is a pain in the ass. But
yeah, the tournament was fun. My team lost spectacularly, and
spectacularly.
It was pretty spectacular.
What team were you on again?
The Power Bottoms.
The Power Bottoms. Was that Spears team?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, that soccer team gave us a run for our money.
That was Sweaty's team, right?
Yeah, Sweaty's team. Yeah. So for anybody who wasn't there for the tournament, or
you should go watch it.
Didn't care to show up.
FUD's YouTube.
Yep, FUD should have it up on his YouTube. Thank you, Mr. FUD, for jumping in and hosting that shit. It was a lot of fun. If you are in FUD's Discord, he did post some stuff in a channel, trying to kind of figure out and gauge where the community's at, kind of what we want to see. Do we want more teams? Do we want less teams? How do you guys like team comp? So if you guys have any suggestions, or if you don't play Rivals, you just want to go watch FUD's beautiful fucking face, go do that. And then if you have any suggestions to it, throw it in FUD's Discord. You're really only helping him out, putting these things together, and you're helping us out if we couldn't think of something. So
yeah, exactly. And that goes for whether you want to participate in the next tournament or not. If you just like seeing cool content in like community tournaments, go in there and let him know what you want to see, and we can all live out your fantasies for you. I kicked Sith's butt in some one-on-one.
That's
That
not
was
what
post tournament.
happened. That's not what happened.
Okay, you're right. I would have kicked Sith's butt, but he decided to cheat
I did
during one-on-one.
110%. So what he's talking about is we lost our game and we're waiting to play like the loser of the next game. I forget. But anyway, we lost our game. We were waiting to play. And me and Ranger were in FUD's Twitch stream talking shit back and forth. And we challenged each other to a 1v1 post tournament. We jumped in, a lot of fun, had like 20 people jump in just to spectate it, to watch us do
which
it.
was insane. I thought that was crazy.
That was crazy. Had a bunch of people in there watching it. We had a great time. The rule was that you have to use a DPS character, a tank, and a healer. Those were the three you're gonna run through. That's how we were doing it. Well,
And honestly,
sure
I
enough,
think you kind of cheated with the tank too. Not gonna lie,
why did I cheat with the tank?
because Penny is the best at area control. So all you had to do is drop down and sit on a spot.
Hey, brother. All I'm saying is that I won. Okay, I won. So, but no, yeah, that was a lot of fun. We jumped in to the cheating comment. I kind of did, I really I did. It's not even kind of.
During the
Came down
DPS
to the
section
DPS.
specifically.
Yep, came down to DPS, and I didn't pick a traditional DPS character. I picked Mr. Fantastic. If you guys listening to this like Rivals, you understand that Fantastic is like a tank DPS hybrid. He's very hard to kill.
Yeah, for
And
any DPS.
yeah, and I kind of trolled him a little bit with it, and then it was fun in the moment. Then I got in trouble for it via Ranger. He messaged me, said the wife does not let me sleep in the house tonight. I had to win that tournament and the 1v. I'm fucking with you. But yeah, a lot of fun in the tournament. Little quick shout out for FUD. I think it's the 22nd. I think it's next Saturday.
Yep.
FUD is putting on a
Fortnite no build.
Yep. Fortnite no build tournament. If this comes out, I don't know what y'all's editing process is over here, but if this comes out, you hear this and you want to get into FUD's Discord in order to sign up, then hit up Ranger, hit up myself. I'm in this Discord too. Definitely hit up Cowboy or Andromeda. We can get you over there. We'll get you put into the thing, even if it's you're in the looking for a group channel. Just trying to piece together a 4-stack. That's better than nothing. I've won a couple just goofy Discord tournaments doing shit that way. So if you guys want to do that, jump in. It'll be a lot of fun as well.
Yep. I am going to be participating. The Pepperoni Nips are making a comeback, trying to go for a second dub. This is the second tournament for Fortnite that FUD has hosted since this podcast started, and so it's we have a good relationship with them over there. So we're trying to do all the fun things with everybody, all the communities. As far as housekeeping goes, as you guys heard, Cowboy, he is at AA today. He is trying to get better for himself before he can be better to be here. So, all due respect to that, mad love for him. He is going to be here when he's going to be here. That's pretty much what it's going to be. We know Cowboy was voted favorite host. So I'm sorry for all of you who love Cowboy, but he is trying to make his way back. So we're shooting for him, rooting for him, hoping that he can get back as quickly as possible, but also he does need to take the time he needs. Andro is in a place where she may or may not be able to participate in recording for the podcast, a little bit infrequently right now. So she will be on here in the near future, and you guys get to hear her lovely voice again and all of her insight. As far as that, I think that's all of our housekeeping. I don't think there's anything else. But yeah. And Sith, did we get you a guest interview when you guys were on last time?
I don't think so. It was short, but yeah, we did. Just kind of, hey, how are you? Who the fuck are you? That kind of thing. Really the biggest thing is SithDaddyFresh. I'm also doing this so we don't have to do a guest interview because I got a bunch of shit to say about Halo. SithDaddyFresh. I'm a Texas boy. I live in Colorado now. I like the snow. I liked it for 8 months out of the year. It's fucking dark beer and chili weather. Which, fun fact, I'm making chili and drinking dark beer right now. So,
Hey.
um, uh, military guy. Got out in April of 2020. I am the resident shit talker, pretty much in every Discord. If you hear me talking shit, unless it's to a couple of specific people, don't take a fucking thing that I say seriously. Uh, there's just no reason to, unless I'm like calling you out individually and raising my voice. It it's different, but I try not to talk shit like that. I am the newest co-host of the Blueberry Lounge podcast over there with Coderson, Native, one of y'all's hosts here, and then Mr. Sweaty Motherfucking Spooks. I'm the newest member of the Moist Boys, which is a group of the wettest and wildest boys across these discords. There's currently 6 members, and none of us are dry. You know what I mean? Um,
And just for y'all to know, that means that they're super extra sweaty, greasy people,
oh,
and they
dude,
try way too hard at games.
oh,
That's
bro,
what it
like
means.
like truckers, bro. We're just nasty, greasy, and it's rough.
Yeah. Native and Sith were on the same team for the tournament, and they
We
had
were.
spreadsheets and team practices, and this is supposed to be a friendly tournament. And they're like doing research on all of their opponents, watching all of their last games.
I don't know if you guys know this. I don't like to lose. All right, we did lose. My team came in second. Um, but that's not gonna happen in the Fortnite tournament. Just throwing that out there because the Moist Boys got a team together. We're
They
gonna do
lost
it.
last time.
Yeah, but the Moist Boys didn't have me last time. I am the secret weapon. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. I mean, we can 1v1 in Fortnite too.
I
You want to?
only ever play Fortnite for these tournaments, and
I've,
whenever Beef's son asked me to. Those are the
yep.
only times I ever play Fortnite.
That's the only time I play Fortnite is when Beast Kid is like, "Hey, Dad, is Sith on?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump in and play with him then. But yeah, that's really it. I play pretty much everything. I'm on console, so I'm kind of limited to some crossplay stuff. But I mean, outside of that, that's fuck, man. I like beer and I don't know, Dr. Pepper. Just fucking hit me up in a Discord. I'm down to do pretty much whatever as long as I've got the game or have the time. So,
Yep. He means whatever. Plug for the OnlyFans right here.
oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, go follow my OnlyFans at Daddy's fucking hole. It is just pictures of my butthole. That is all it is. Coderson, shout out to you, being the top tipper last month with $6,969.69, I might add. He's getting a personal pair of lightly worn gym socks. I thought that was such a weird request, but he's gonna get those in the mail here shortly. Um,
And in
and
case
then
it was not
he
clear, this is a bit. This is
no,
the running joke.
absolutely not. Fuck around, go to fucking. Yes, no, there is no OnlyFans. But if someone makes an OnlyFans called Daddy's fucking hole, I will provide the butthole pictures. So that's about
Well,
that's about that. So
let's get into our topic, man. What
let's
all
do
do you
it,
have to
man.
say about Halo? Because
All of it,
Halo,
bro.
dude, it was a groundbreaking game when it came out, and there were
Yeah.
several releases like for different stages of the game that were also groundbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, hell, looking at it, even in today's day and age, if you take out the fact that Bungie made Destiny and Destiny 2, um, it's there are games that are still trying to replicate the success that Halo has had. They're still trying to replicate some of the shit that goes on in Halo and just how some things played and how it felt. Outside of like, I don't know, like Minecraft and like the build your own fortress thing and like Fallout. There's not a whole lot of games that are doing like the create your own maps anymore, which I think that was having the forge. That was
Yeah.
huge, huge. Because then it's like, oh, I'm gonna make this. We're gonna go do some goofy shit, and just have fun with it. It was just there's still games trying to replicate what happened with Halo, and I don't think it'll. I don't know about ever, but I don't think it'll ever happen again with the level of success they had coming onto the scene, how they broke the scene, how all these other games were, top tier. no one wanted to get off of things like Call of Duty and fucking Battlefield and things like that. And then in walks Master Chief, let's hold my beer, put
Yep.
Cortana in his ass, and then they went. And it was one of the most iconic things growing up was there was never a, hey, you want to come over and ride bikes? I was like, hey, bro, you want to come over and 1v1 with swords? Like, yes, absolutely, I do. Let's do it.
Yeah. For me, I got introduced to Halo when I got my first new generation console at the time. So Halo launched around the time, not long after the original Xbox launched. And that's what I got for Christmas one year was the original Xbox with Halo. And that was my first new generation console, again, at the time, that I was able to have for myself. And Halo was an amazing game. And if you go back and you play it now on an original Xbox, it doesn't quite feel the same because graphics have come such a long way and it's just a little grainy and it doesn't look or feel the same, but it's still an amazing game and that's why they updated it and brought out the Master Chief collection with the Halo 1 revamp.
Did they? So I heard something that they were dropping the Halo Master Chief collection, and it was coming to PlayStation.
What?
I heard this not too long ago. Granted, ladies and gentlemen, full disclaimer, I was flipping through fucking TikTok, okay?
Mm.
But the comments were all like, "Oh, dude, I'm super excited! Like that's super dope." I didn't see one comment that was like, "Oh, this is a lie." Um, there was like 2,500 comments. I didn't read all of them. I probably read like three good, like page up, scrolls of comments, and then it had like 56,000 likes on it. But I seen, and I could definitely be confirming this right now instead of just talking. But I did see that there is talks or it's confirmed. I don't know that Halo is coming to PlayStation, and
That
I'm
would be huge.
so fucking hyped. Let that
That would
happen,
be
please.
huge.
Huge. Um, with so growing up playing Halo, my he's not my biological father. He's the man who raised me, so that's my dad. He had an Xbox. He played it. So whenever he would come in because he worked construction, he was often working down in more central north central Texas. Um, and we lived a little bit far from him, but when he would come home, he would bring his Xbox with him, and that was like our thing. He would come in, dude. We would go to fucking CC's Pizza back in the day when it was like 6.99 for the buffet,
And it was actually good pizza.
and it was utterly decent. And then we would go home. He would stop. We would get, and I hate to say I'm aging myself because I'm not that old, but Mountain Dew Livewire had just come out in Code Red,
Oh,
so he would go buy up a whole bunch of them and buy up some Star Crunch, those like little Debbie snacks,
yeah.
bring them back to the house, and we would sit in the floor. And mind you, I have a little brother and an older brother. My older brother could hold his own against my dad. Me and my little brother would be on the same team and still lose to him in a 2v1. And that was just like, that was the core memory of that game for me growing up, was just being able to play it with my dad. We got to sit down, we got to hang out and do our thing. And it was a lot of fucking fun. This past year, I had the opportunity um, to go down and see my dad. Over the years, my dad has gotten remarried. Him and my mom split up. He has more kids. So I got a little brother and a little sister in addition to what I already have. Now they're young, little sister, I think she just turned 12. Little brother's 9, 10. Dad walks into his room, comes walking out with a duffel bag, sets it down, says, "Do you know how to still hook it up?" Points at this big ass TV over on the wall. We hook up the original Xbox. We hook up the controllers. We throw Halo in. And I got to absolutely skull drag my little brother in Halo for like fucking 6 hours. And it was like that moment in my head. I thought that shit was gonna happen with my kids. It was that moment in my head where I was like, man, it was like the passing of the torch,
Yeah.
It was just, it was so cool. There's not gonna be another game minus maybe like quick scoping Modern Warfare 2 and Rust that is going to come close to that for the next generation. I mean, at least my generation of gamers, when we start having kids or our kids get old enough, You know what I mean? I'm 30. So when my kids get on enough, Modern Warfare 2 is going to be their Halo.
Yeah.
Their quick scopes, that's what it's going to be.
But
Granted, by then,
that's like current Modern Warfare 2, not old Modern
yeah.
Warfare 2.
Oh, no, I'm talking old Modern Warfare 2.
It's not going to be their Halo.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like in that level of like, hey, son, come here, sit down. Let me show you how to quick scope with
Okay.
with a red tiger intervention.
Gotcha.
Like that's what I'm getting at. That nostalgia side of it. It's gonna be dope, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna be Halo. And we damn sure know it ain't gonna be Destiny. Bungie cannot. They were successful once. They decided to not do it a second time.
And it was really crazy because they announced that they were going to be doing the Forge for Destiny 2, and that got a lot of hype, and they never actually fully went through with it.
Yeah, they also said they were bringing back Sparrow Racing League like 6 times. Never
Yeah.
happened. Now we could turn this into a Bungie thing, and we could talk about the height of Bungie with Halo, and then the absolute fucking downfall of Bungie after Activision. And it was rough. Shit
Yeah.
was rough to be a part of.
That's a whole other topic for a whole other
Yeah,
day.
yeah. That's a whole ass Bungie episode.
That's something I'm gonna get like 4 or 5 different podcast hosts in here on because everybody knows what
Oh,
I'm talking about.
yeah. But yeah, but with Halo, man, we can start off if you want to. Do you want to talk about like Halo Wars and shit?
Those were actually really good games. I don't know if you ever really played them.
Yeah. That top-down base builder, like Command and
Yeah.
Conquer style game. Uh,
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the release order, and we can just go down the
oh,
list. The
in
release
the
order.
order? Fuck yeah, let's do it. For those of you, again, I am cooking, so if you hear me screech, it's because I burnt myself.
And because he's a bitch.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. You can't say that.
Why not?
I don't know. I just decided to say it.
I can say what I want. It's my podcast.
That's fucked up.
Well, okay. I'm gonna clarify. I can say what I want. It's not your podcast. How about that?
I don't know if you know this. The BBL is not my podcast. I am a co-host on that fucking podcast, and I still say what I want. Partially because, like I said earlier, I'm a resident shit talker, boys and girls. That's what I do. So
if you had to take a random stab, how
okay,
many Halo games, and don't think about it too hard, just kind of shoot an answer out. How many Halo games have launched?
have lunch. I I want to say it's probably like I don't know 9 or 10 because I don't know how many wars came out. But then I think there's 1 through 5, and then there's Reach and ODST. So I'll say it's like 8 or 9. It's probably going to be way fucking more than that, but I think it's like 8 or 9.
You were closer than I thought you'd be, but it was 12.
God damn, what are the 12?
So we got
Well,
Halo Combat Evolved, which is Halo 1, Halo
oh
2,
yeah.
Halo 3, Halo Wars, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, Halo
Hmm.
4, Halo Spartan Assault, Halo
What is?
Spartan Strike, Halo 5 Guardians, and Halo Wars 2, and Halo Infinite.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Infinite. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, everybody forgets about Infinite because it's garbage.
It was rough, dude. It was rough.
It was like one of those things. Like it was super anticipated that year because everybody was like, "Oh man, they're bringing just PvP to Halo, like a Halo game just meant for PvP. This is gonna be so fun. This is gonna be awesome. They're bringing big battles back on giant maps," and it kind of just flopped.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was partially the servers. I know a lot of people had issues connecting to it, but it was also partially like the weapons they chose to bring into it and the vehicles they chose to use and the maps they chose to use. It all just felt wrong.
Yeah. I agreed. Agreed. So part of me wanted to kind of talk about the iconic weapons from the game. But then it would be iconic weapons from the game, the assault rifle for sure.
Mhm.
The burst rifle for sure. And then the pistol. Outside of that, the rocket launcher was great. You got trolled with the fucking grav hammer. The sword is probably the most iconic.
Yeah.
Next to the shotgun. I'll put the sword and the shotgun up there. Because man, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. You and your boys are hyped up on Code Red and Star Crunch. And you're running around
And
between
that one
portal to
guy,
portal on Beaver Creek,
yeah.
where you can hit somebody with a shotgun from the other side of the map.
And that one guy managed to get both the shotgun and the sword,
And
and
the
he's now
sword,
unkillable.
yeah. And then you got the one guy that hangs out up top, you know? He's got the
With
rocket,
rockets.
and
Yeah.
the other guy has the sniper. And they're just spamming shit all day.
And
Yeah.
mind you guys, this is in I believe it was teams of 12 on this small, super small, or like sorry, teams of 6, 12 total
Yeah.
players on this super small map, and you had 4 players, no, 3 players running the whole map.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what's a map in a popular video game that would even be close to that. It would be closer in size, Beaver Creek would, to like the Gulag maps from
Yeah,
Warzone.
yeah,
That's the closest in size I can think of.
yeah. It's about
Because
that big.
Rust is pretty close in size wise. Rust is pretty close. And hell, actually thinking about it, Rust.
Rust actually is a little bit closer just because of the fact it has the, height. You can go up.
Yo, yeah. Rust would be the closest one, and I think it's smaller than Rust. But in the buildings, you could go down. You could get your sticky nades. You could come running out. You see the shotgun guy, and you just start spamming the grenade button. You'll be out. You won't throw nothing, but it looks cool. You tried, and we appreciated it.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and talk Halo Combat Evolved. Halo 1 came out in 2001. 2001. I feel
Oh
old.
man, yeah, dude. Holy shit! I didn't realize that game was that fucking old. Yeah. Halo One. Fuck. Fantastic. Loved every bit of it. Learning a new combat style from shit that we had originally.
Mhm.
It was very. When I think of it, it was very much like Duke Nukem, in kind of how it played in the first one, but it was fun. And we hadn't seen Duke Nukem since the fucking 70s or the 80s or 90s. So then we had this new game where it was like, oh, I'm a space marine essentially, being a Spartan, but I'm a space marine and I'm some kind of crazy genetic enhanced. And then it was bonker shit. No one knew what was going on. You had the whole mission with the minigun was sick as fuck. Uh, it looked good, and it was something new that we didn't have. Granted, it's 2001, but we didn't really have it. Arcades were still in CC's Pizza. We still had
Mhm.
the playable game stations in like Walmart and Target.
Yep.
You know what I mean? People were still, losing their shit over Spyro. I was still waking up on a Saturday morning to watch the towers get hit. I mean, cartoons on a Saturday. Sorry, I couldn't help it, bro. But like, it was a weird time being so young because I was like 7 years old. It was a weird time being so young and not understanding the hype behind Halo, but then getting to grow up in Halo 2 and then turning around and going back and playing Halo 1. I could understand the hype.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I hated it because it was the older game, so it looked crappy, but it's an icon, man. It's Nothing's gonna beat it. Nothing's gonna take over the world like Halo did, in my opinion. I mean, maybe there probably will be, but
No, I would say, to be specific, nothing in the shooter genre, nothing in the first
ooh,
person shooter genre will take over the world the same way.
I'm
Because,
trying
like
to think. I mean,
well, so, like, if you say
Warzone
nothing
tried.
ever, Warzone
Well, that's
tried.
yeah. Well, I'm saying, in my opinion, so Warzone tried, and it did really, really good. But I mean, back in the Halo days, you didn't have to worry about cheating, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It was it was screen peeking. That was it, and that was on a LAN party. And then Halo 2, or sorry, Halo 1, it was nothing. I'm trying to think of what can compete with Halo 1 in that regard. There was no cheating with it. So there was no like fucking hackers and craziness that piss everybody off today. Um Warzone tried to do it with kind of taking over the battle royale scene,
Mhm.
as best they could. Granted, they got Activision's money, they got the name. They definitely pushed a lot of shit out of the way. Like PUBG kind of got shoved to the side there for a while. Battlefield tried to do it a couple of times. They tried to overthrow the monster that Bungie had created in Halo. And I'll tell you, like Battlefield 4, you couldn't, there was no way to do it. I think really the only game that kind of reinvented the wheel on how, and I'll say the lore of the game, because this game didn't have like main stories or a
Mhm.
main story. It was PS3 I don't know if it was a PlayStation exclusive or not, but PS3, the game was called Massive Action Game.
Mm,
And you could have up to like 256 people on the same fucking server, which for an online game, even today, is ridiculous.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. It was so big that whenever systems started getting bigger and ever internet started getting better, Battlefield 4 tried its own way to do that, where you could get a commander app on your phone to
Yeah.
try and compete with a game that came out like 2007. That was huge. No, you know, real, no real like vehicles and stuff, but it was like you had a squad, you had a squad leader. Your squad leader could talk to his squad and the other squad leaders. Then they could all talk to the platoon leader. The platoon could talk to the other platoon leaders, and then the company, and then company to battalion, and then battalion to on ground commander, which was the fucking general who could like call it airstrikes and shit. In my mind, that is the only game that has come close to doing anything in the realm of what Halo did to this entire planet when it first came out.
And the only reason that, in my opinion, the only reason that did this something on par, not I don't think it exceeded it. It was on par. And the only reason it did that is because of how realistic that chain of command is.
Yeah, no, 100% also true in that regard. But it was just, that's the only thing I can think of because like at the time there was nothing really out. I mean, hell, we were still getting Ghost Recon games. I mean, the fucking the the GameCube was still the number one selling system in the world at the time. You know, it was before, it wasn't far before, but it was before we had PSPs and shit like that. It just, there was nothing that was going to beat it at all
Yeah.
whatsoever. Overall, gameplay, beautiful. For what it was at the time, nothing looked like it.
Mm-mm.
So it was pretty as hell. It was a lot of fun. It gave you a completely different story that we hadn't really seen. The lore storyline behind the game was a little weird in one because you didn't really know what was going on, but it was still good enough that you were like, oh, shit, when does two come out? You
Yeah,
know?
like I'm invested in this story now.
Yeah. I want to know why he's weird. I want to know why Master Chief talks, but he always talks as if he's in the third person, but he never refers to himself. It's like, I want to know. The music wise, holy shit, man.
Dude,
The art in the game,
music
the
and
music in the
art,
game.
music and art alone from Halo 1 is still relevant today across gaming. Like, and that's incredible. The fact that we are now 24 years after this game released and the art
Damn.
and the music is still relevant.
Yeah, it's just Halo 1 was ridiculous. It absolutely was. Um Halo 2,
Came out
jump
in
forward a little bit.
2004, 3 years
Yep.
later.
Halo 2, I think it was Halo 2, gave you the first sneak peek of Destiny. Or was that Halo 3?
I think that would be Halo 3 is when they introduced the jetpacks and stuff like that.
No, 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 no. What Halo was it where you're fighting through the city? It's like the big prominent mission from the game. You're like fighting through the city and you're jumping on the back of the crab walker thing.
Oh yeah, that's Halo 2.
That was Halo 2. So in Halo 2, if you go into the train station, I think it's the train station or subway station, whatever, there's a poster on the wall of the Traveler from Destiny. And it
No.
says, yes, it says Destiny is coming.
No
Fucking
way.
10 years before they ever announced it, bro.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah. So Halo 2 was great. Still didn't have online at the time, but they had the accessibility for like being able to connect with that little puck
Yeah.
between Xboxes in the same house. So you could have, you know, 8 people or 4 people in one, 4 people in the other.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep. And Halo 2 also reinvented the wheel with the dual wield system that they
Oh,
launched.
yeah. Because we hadn't seen dual wield. What? Like, back to the comment from earlier, Duke Nukem, you know, where Doom,
Hmm.
you know, if you were cool, you put the 25 cents in the arcade and you used both pistols in House of the Dead.
Yeah.
That was like the only real dual wield we had at the time.
Well, and I think Call of Duty probably had akimbo also at the time, but it wasn't like
2004?
yeah.
What was that? COD? That would have been COD 4, right?
Let me see.
Was that the first Modern Warfare? 04, 05?
I think so.
I don't think we had Akimbo yet. I think Akimbo was a Modern
Oh
Warfare
no,
2 thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was Finest Hour. Finest Hour was released in '04.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, it was just, man, it was just a lot of fun. And in Halo 2, it got a lot prettier. We got some new
Mhm.
guns. Um, we got to be able to use the fucking Needler in its glory. Everyone talks about the most broken gun or character in any game is Short Stack or whatever his name is from Goldeneye.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. Dual wielding Needlers
Busted.
and fucking in Halo 2 was disgusting.
Busted.
There would literally we would have like my buddies who come over. They'd be like, "Dude, if you're gonna duel it, I'm gonna go home," because just they were that broken. They were that fucking broken.
This is back before like live updates and patches to fix things like, over damage or like anything like that. So like it was basically two weapons that dealt the same exact damage and half a clip killed somebody.
Oh shit, dude! It was less than half a clip. I think it was like 8 or 9, and I think the thing held like 25 or 26 or something.
Yeah. So
So
it was
you
ridiculous.
can melt people.
And then we get after Halo 2, and we don't have a lot more to say on Halo 2 because it was kind of a middle game. Halo 2 was legitimately kind of a middle game. It did extend the story a little bit. It allowed us to a little bit more of that story, but it was kind of a continuation to like, hey, we're on our way to the big battle. And
Yeah, Halo
that's
2 introduced Arbiter, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And Arbiter is one of the enemy guys, the enemy aliens who changed sides and came over to the side of humans.
Yep. Yeah, and then that was the other thing too. So like having one game where you played as this one protagonist, and you were like, man, I really like this Master Chief character. It was all over like G4. Yeah, again, old. It was all over G4. Halo 2 was. It took over fucking E3 that year.
Mhm.
Like when it was coming out, you've seen all these, onesies that people had painted to look like Master Chief with styrofoam to give them the, I don't want to say give them the bulge because that's not what I mean, but give them the to look like they were wearing armor. It was, bro, it just fucking, from Halo 1 to Halo 2, the hype was still there.
Yeah.
And you had a completely different era of people who, you know, were, and I hate to say it like this, but like my dad, 2001, he left. He went to Afghanistan or went to Iraq. That's what he wanted to go do. So like, you know, 2004 comes around, Halo 2 comes out. You've got all these kids that were growing up who were playing this shit with their dad, who now have just been playing with their brothers. In 2004, they come back, whether it's full time or whatever, they're hanging out. It's like, oh shit, dad, Halo 2 came out. Mom bought it from GameStop. Like we stood in line at midnight when that used to be a thing.
Mhm.
And it was cool. It was cool as hell. And then you had this whole ass other protagonist. You liked him in Halo 2, but you didn't like him. But you were like, I don't know. He's like, "Ugh." He's
He's
got
an
his best
alien.
intentions
We've
in
been
mind. But
killing these
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was Halo 2 was a lot of fun. It just kind of built on the hype from Halo 1. And then the whole Arbiter being um introduced in was was great. The multiplayer in Halo 2 was nuts just because it introduced the dual wield and no one knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yep.
Um it was yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun just going from one to the other. Because we literally would turn off Halo 1 or Halo 2 and be like, oh, you know what? You can't beat me in Halo 1. And we take two out of the Xbox and put one in. just so that way we could play. Because back then, no live service, no live updates. Man, those shits were still playable.
Yeah. Well, and then after Halo 2, skip forward another 3 years, and we have, in my opinion, the 4 golden games of Halo across 4 years. So from 2007 to 2010, we had Halo 3, Halo Wars, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo Reach. I think those are the golden games and kind of the golden years of Halo.
Yeah, man.
Like those 4 games just flat out.
Yeah, my favorite Halo was Halo Reach.
Yeah. A lot of
Like in
people
my
love
opinion, that's the best one. And it wasn't even necessarily like, the It wasn't even necessarily the play of it and how it felt and everything else like that. It was just for what it was. It was a great story. It didn't follow Master Chief, so you were cool with it, right? And it just gave you this one-off.
Yeah. Yep. Halo Reach, I think a lot of people liked that game because it introduced a
Yeah,
lot of
sorry.
things. It introduced the what was it called? It was essentially the zombies of Halo.
Not Horde.
Horde mode. It was a horde mode, but I don't remember what it was called.
Was it called Horde? I thought Horde was what the fuck was that game? Gears of War. I thought Horde was Gears of War.
It is, but it had that mode which everybody started referring to as horde modes because there were hordes of enemies coming out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was yeah.
Or that might have gotten released in ODST and then Reach made it better. I don't remember. But regardless, Halo 3 was, in I think everybody's opinion, a very good finality to the main story. Halo 3 pretty much kind of said, all right, we have completed what we wanted to talk about in this section of this story for this character.
Yeah.
And then they came out with Halo 4, and it was kind of like, oh, I guess we're back. But
Yep.
Halo 3 was a very good finality. The music in Halo 3, all of it is emotional, in my opinion. Every
Yeah.
single bit of it is like, as you're going through this story, trying to do whatever you're doing. I think, was it Halo 2 or Halo 3 where you had to go find Cortana?
Oh shit. That's been so long ago. I want to say that was Halo 2.
He had to go
Or
find
no,
Cortana.
I think that was Halo 3.
Okay. But yeah, he had lost Cortana and he had to go find her. And when he finally found her, he ended up basically sacrificing himself to turn her back to what she was.
Yeah. Man, it was we didn't have a video game that uh, had such a good story. You know, outside of like if you played, I don't know, fucking World of Warcraft and cool, it probably did, but we didn't have a video game that had such a good story that what happened with Master Chief, seeing everything, understanding who he was for the last couple of games, dealing with everything that was going on, just from a story standpoint, and then to have the music that just kind of encompassed in there. We hadn't had a video game like that that made you fucking cry.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that that's what Halo did for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Is it brought in that bit of like, you know, come in, play this game, fall in love with it. Okay, cool. Hey, we're gonna take a turn. We're gonna do some shit a lot of you guys aren't gonna like. And then on the flip side of it, it was just it sucked and you were emotional sitting there, you know, playing it. But it was also great because you didn't feel like there was anything to be left out.
Yeah.
Like everything was there. It was good. You knew what was going on. Like it felt complete. There was no open ends left. I mean,
And
clearly there
then,
was because we got like 3 more fucking games afterwards. But
yeah. Well, we got 2 mainline games after that.
oh yeah. I guess it'd be what 4 and 5.
Yeah. But, and honestly, talking about this, I'm probably going to go play Halo later today. But,
I think there's an OG Xbox in the basement.
dude,
I think it's hooked up to the TV.
I've got the Master Chief Collection downloaded on Steam. So I'm going to get the beautiful graphics of my PC.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn it. The more I hear you guys talk about PC, the more I'm like, oh, I should buy one. But then
You
I'm like,
should.
that just is going to give me the ability to look at my negative KD in Call of Duty in 4K, and I don't want to deal with that. So, you know what I mean?
But
So,
that means that you could do things with your friends like competitive modes in games.
yeah, yeah, right. I can't. Halo 3 was whenever we all started playing. Oh, what was that? Well, Halo 3 was about the time for Xbox Live, wasn't it?
It was around the time that Xbox Live got big on 360. Because
Yeah, it was about that time.
they always had Xbox Live, but it wasn't really a live service like we would know it today.
Yeah. And it was, man, that was the other thing. It's like having your little friends that you could jump in with. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, yes, it's a problem. You shouldn't let it happen unless you know the person. But bro, I would be in there fucking chopping it up at like midnight with grown ass dudes. You know what I mean? because we
Yeah.
were all just playing Halo, and that's just what you did. Now it's a different story. We won't get into it, but it was a lot of fun then. I don't recommend you guys letting your kids play games with people you personally don't know. Unless it's me, definitely. Even if you know me, don't. I'm gonna teach them cuss words. It's gonna be bad. Uh,
He's gonna teach them how to be creative with cuss words. That's the
yeah,
problem.
yeah. I'm gonna teach them how to spell it differently so they can't get in trouble. But yeah, man, it was just that was a lot of fun because at that point we only had to compete with it was what, like Battlefield, Bad Company. Was it one?
Maybe 2. I think Bad Company 2.
Was it two? We had. I know it was one of the Bad Companies. We had that to compete with it. Um, 2007 Halo 3. That would have been about the time for COD 4. The first Modern Warfare was like that. Actually, might have been like 2008. But we
So
didn't
Bad
have. We
Company
didn't.
2 was 2010.
Okay. What
Or
was
sorry,
one?
hang on. Yeah, Bad Company 2 was 2010. Uh, it
2008 was Battlefield Bad Company. So we really didn't have
okay, so that
anything.
would have been 2008 would have been what competed with Halo 3. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
would have come
Yeah.
out early 2008, and Halo 3 probably would have come out at the end of 2007.
Yeah. So we had Halo 3 and COD 4 at the same time. And then COD was the one that jumped on the scene because we hadn't really had a game that was, I don't want to say modern era.
A massive
You know what I mean?
multiplayer online shooter.
Yeah, we just didn't have anything that was like re- Medal of Honor was doing some shit at the time, but we didn't have like a shooter that was close to that at the time today's day and age. We didn't have that. Like I
Right.
said, Medal of Honor had something out about that time. Battlefield has always kind of been, years in the future for obvious fucking reasons. Um, but we really didn't have a whole lot that was going on that we were playing against until Mag came out, which Mag was competing with everybody
Yeah.
right about the same time. But then you got to build on this, 6 years, you've had three banger games.
Mm-hmm.
And it, depending on who you talk to, you're looking at that being fuck three of the top. Well, that you get Rodimus in here. That's three of arguably the top 10 games, at least of my lifetime. Just in an overall story, art, sound, play, replayability, like that and Dragon Age, all of them.
Yeah. I'm so close to just messaging Rodimus and pulling him in.
I
You said it, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a good idea."
yeah. Yeah, it's just, man, Halo was just, it was so good um when it first came out because it didn't have to compete with anybody.
Yeah.
It
It
didn't have to fucking go up against the juggernauts that we have now. You know, that's
it
where
definitely
Bungie made their
reigned.
bread and butter.
It definitely reigned supreme for the first 6 to 7 years.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I mean, 2007, we were still playing, games like Command and Conquer,
Yeah.
right? Um,
And then
we still had games like Command and Conquer and shit like that, and it was a lot of fun. But it was like it's not really scratching the itch. I want to go play Halo, and then they were like, "Hey, what if we did a Halo game like Command and Conquer?" And then
Yeah.
in 2000,
Intro Halo War.
yeah, 2009, they hit us with Halo Wars, and it was,
It
man,
was
you
so
couldn't,
good.
yeah, you couldn't have told me, or you couldn't have been like, "Hey, Sith, what's the storyline of Halo Wars 1 or 2?" Because I couldn't have fucking told you. But what I could have told you is the infinite money cheat.
Mhm.
I could have told you that. I could have told you the zero cooldown cheat. I could have done that. Because like it was just that's just how you played the shit. You put it on max difficulty, you gave yourself all the money in the world, no cooldowns, and then you just tried to stay alive as long as you could.
Mhm.
And it was a lot of fun. It scratched the itch of having Halo, but it was a little past its time. I think by 2009 we had what or Modern Warfare 2 had already come out.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I was a freshman in high school. Modern Warfare 2 had already come out. Now Halo has taken the break from '07. Well, yeah, 3 was '07, right?
Yeah.
They took the break from '07 to like fuck. When did 4 come out? Like 2012?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had this big break in the middle where you had other games that had just dropped, right? We had a Modern
But
Warfare 2
Halo
at the time.
stayed relevant is the thing.
Yeah, it didn't go away. Just the player base kind of dropped off a little bit,
Yeah.
and that's fine,
And
But then they started adding in. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and like with staying relevant, they stayed relevant with Halo Wars to compete with other games like that. They stayed relevant with ODST to give you more of a Call of Duty feel of
Yep.
playing through the Halo world. They stayed relevant
Yeah,
with Reach by now extending what
which,
shooters can do with abilities and things.
bro, Halo Wars and ODST both came out in 2009, I think.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the fucking timeline real quick so I can
No,
stop
you were
saying I
right.
think.
You were right that they did.
Okay. Yeah, so they both came out in 2009, right? So nothing had to compete with Call of Duty in 2008 or whatever it was. That was really that was really when like you had the I'm Xbox, I'm PlayStation. You want
Yeah.
to know when that shit started? Whenever Call of Duty dropped.
Yep.
That's when it started. Because Call of Duty had God of War, that was the only, or Call of Duty, sorry, PlayStation had God of War. That was the only fucking reason to have a PlayStation in 2009. Because PlayStation did not have Halo. They didn't, and they were never going to get it. I will look into it here shortly. I will confirm about that. The edition coming over to PlayStation, but nothing had to compete with it. '08, end of '07, first part of '08, we dropped COD 4. Great. And then in 2009, they drop, in my opinion, the second best fucking Halo, which was ODST. I loved it. It was great because it was its own storyline. It had its own, very much like Reach. It was, it was its own storyline. It had its own feel. Everything was cool. You felt more like this spec ops kind of guy as opposed to being just this fucking big green brawler if you're a Master Chief. And you could kind of step away from the craziness of the Call of Duty world, but you could still get tidbits of it from Call of Duty. And it was a lot of fun. I think, was it Halo 3 that introduced the all the confetti shit when you killed people?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
birthday
You,
grunts.
yeah, when you shoot them in the head, they fucking confetti comes flying out. Um,
I'm
it's
definitely thinking ODST was when the Horde mode was dropped for the first time.
it might have been, man. I forget what it was, but I know what you're talking about.
Speaking of though, you said that you would do the Google search. I did it for you because I'm sitting at a PC, which you could do if you
Oh
had
yeah.
one.
Bro, no, I'm in a mountain town connected to shit internet. Recording this podcast off my AirPods right now. So
So this comes from IGN, which always take IGN with a grain of salt. But as of January 14th, Microsoft is seemingly ready to launch its flagship Xbox video game series Halo on rival platforms for the first time, including PlayStation and Nintendo Switch 2.
hold the fuck on. Hold on. PlayStation, fantastic. We love it. Great. I'm excited. I'm a PlayStation guy. Not because I'm bougie or whatever, but because that's what I have. We're gonna caveat here while still kind of staying on topic. Did you play, sorry, my voice cracked. Did you play um Doom on the first Switch?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, and astronauts alike, if you get the chance, or if you have, throw it in the show feedback channel here. I would love to talk to you guys about it. Doom on the Switch, whenever the Switch dropped it, bro. You want to talk about like sweaty as fuck because you were no longer away from the TV. It was the whole hype behind the handheld, right? But you're right up on it and you're doing the thing, but because it's nighttime, you're laid up in bed, or I was on deployment when I had the Switch playing Doom, and it's like right in front of your face because you're not trying to get your screen to light shit up around you. You know what I mean? We had
Mhm.
shitty headphones that you plugged into the bottom so you could hear it, and it changed the way Doom felt as a game and what it was as a game. It made it so much more fun. It was like playing Doom for the first fucking time. If they
Yeah.
can capture that feeling with Halo and put it on a Switch, I will go dust the Switch off when I get home,
So
and
this is
I
what
will patiently wait for it.
this is a quote from Peter Moore, a former Xbox exec from last year that they've quoted in this article here, and it's talking about how bringing Halo to PlayStation will have been a topic of discussion at Microsoft for some time. So basically, they've been talking about it for a long time. And honestly, to make Halo relevant again, bringing Master Chief Collection to both of those consoles will definitely do that. But the guy quoted saying, "Look, if Microsoft says, wait, we're doing 250 million on our own platforms, but if we then took Halo as, let's call it, a third party, we could do $1 billion. So putting it
They
on those,
would beat that.
putting it on those other two consoles is going to skyrocket sales for no reason at all.
Here's a stupid question. What is the highest grossing video game of all time? Because I will bet you $5 right now if you're up for it. I will bet you $5 right now that if Halo comes to PlayStation and Nintendo goes to the Switch too, that it will break the highest grossing record that right as of now that's currently standing. Because I don't know, maybe that shit takes 10 years, something comes out and crushes it. But as of right, I would almost guarantee it breaks it.
So I can't tell you what the sale, like what the, oh wait, here we go. Best selling video game to date is Minecraft, selling more than 300 million copies in 2023.
Okay. So 300 million. How many? So here, see, that's going to be the thing though. Oh, I'll still stand by it. That'll be the difference, is because they're going to call it Halo the Master Chief Collection. They're not going to call it Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. That's not what they're going to do. I will do the research. I will post it in the show feedback channel after this episode comes out for you guys to jump in and say something about where Halo 1 sold, Halo 2, Halo 3. I'll look through the Master Chief Collection. I'll throw it in there, and then I will bet Ranger $5. We could do $1. We could do a PP touch. We could do a cool title in the Discord. I don't care, whatever you want. But I would almost bet that it either eclipses 350 million just in the
so
just because.
Technically, that list, I looked at an IGN list the second time I clicked on a list.
Mm-hmm.
It says number one selling game of all time is Tetris.
Oof.
So
who the fuck plays Tetris?
Everybody is the problem. That's the
I mean,
thing.
apparently.
What's
the number?
520 million copies sold.
All right, fuck that. Halo will outsell Minecraft.
It might outsell Minecraft.
$500 million, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, so Tetris is, you got to think, right? Tetris was a game that was around for forever, and then they brought it from consoles that you played at home.
Oh, that's right.
Onto consoles you could take
and phones and shit.
Well, not just that, not just that, but they also put it in handhelds. So like it was originally, it was one of those games you could play with the old, little stick and button, right? It had one button, one stick. You could play Tetris on that.
Yeah, you can still play Tetris at arcades. It came on like every fucking BlackBerry in 2006. Yep. Damn, I didn't think about that. I did not. I will stand by it. Bungie decides that they're gonna, or I guess Microsoft owns the rights to it. Sorry, Microsoft decides to drop it. Ranger, I will bet you whatever you want. We can say it off air so people don't know. They'll just have to figure it out later. I'll bet you that Halo will outsell at least the Minecraft 350.
Yeah.
I don't know about the 500
300 million.
Oh yeah, I don't know about 520 or whatever it was. Fuck no. That's a lot, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But then I mean with Tetris, look at the lifespan. Yeah, I mean that shit came out in the 70s.
Yeah. And it's still relevant today.
Yeah. I don't know if relevant's the word I would use, but sure.
I would say it's still relevant because Tetris is still being played pretty much everywhere.
I don't know.
You can play it on consoles. I'm pretty sure you can play Tetris in Discord now.
I think you actually can. I think you can. I think it's one of the things you can set up to start, because we were playing like golf and shit a couple weeks ago with PP Pipe and Bell, and it was I think it was one of the things in there. But to kind of circle back around, there you go. Confirmed, it is in the talks, if nothing else. They are talking about it. It is something they're looking at. If you're excited, let's be fucking hyped. Because Halo drops on PlayStation. Boys, y'all aren't going to see me. I'm a Domino's Pizza, 2 liters of Mountain Dew, bro. I'm gonna be peak incel. I don't have a basement, but I'll be peak incel in my mom's basement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's quickly go through Halo's life in 2012 to 2021 because not a lot happened.
Yeah, 2012 was
Halo
what? Halo
Reach,
4?
yeah, 2012 was Halo 4. Halo Reach in
Mm.
2010 was, I think, peak Halo, and it just took small steps downward from there.
Well, with Reach, it was the last game that Bungie developed.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why after Reach, everything kind of went to shit. That was what, 2010 for Reach?
Yep.
It was
And
the
Destiny came out in 2014.
Yeah, it was the last one that Bungie had done. And I can understand it. Bungie, if you're out there listening for whatever reason, fix the Crucible, first and foremost. Second, if you stepped away to make Destiny, got it. You could have fucking run with both. I get there's way too many similarities between the two and a lot of stuff.
Dude,
But
can you imagine
man,
how much of a titan Bungie would be
if they
if
still
they had
had
kept
Halo
both?
and Destiny, fuck.
They would be a titan in the gaming industry.
It'd be like, oh, your industry only has, or whatever developer. There you go. Your developer only has two games. Yeah, but it's
They're
these two
also the
fucking
most
games.
they're also the most two played games in the entire world, so
Yeah, like that would be ridiculous. That would shut down every shit talk argument ever. You
yeah.
wouldn't be able to argue that. Yeah. So hey, Reach again, favorite, hands down. It was my favorite one. It was the second prequel for Halo in general.
Yep.
It was, oh man, that final mission in Reach. If you haven't played it, sucks to fucking suck. It's been out for 15 years. Go play it. But that final mission in Reach
That was so hard to play
throughout,
through.
yeah, bro, that was the next game that really hit you with like a heart, like it just hurt.
Well, and it's like it did such a good job with creating the characters in the other Spartans and like
Yeah.
giving it and their personalities developing and you get to love these characters and then in the last mission every single one of them dies.
Yeah, and they all die off, and there's what, 5 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 of them. They all start dying off in the last, like, mission, yeah, like, mission or 2, and then there's an additional mission after you finish it. It I don't remember if it was the credits and then
It's
the
not a
lone
mission.
wolf mission.
It's not a
Is that
mission.
well, it is. I counted as one. I killed, like, 12,000 fucking people. Alright?
Oh,
I count
okay.
that as a mission. But once you kinda finish the game, I don't remember if I think the credits ran, and they were, like, super quick, and then your HUD lights up, and you're standing there, and it's called, like, Lone Wolf, I think is the name of the little, mission thing you get to do, and it's like Horde mode, but you are designed to lose,
Mhm.
and you're getting brutes, you're getting fucking I can't think of the little guys' names. You're getting anything and everything that they can throw at you is coming at you in waves, and eventually you will run out of ammo and you die, and it hurts. Halo Reach did such a great job in storytelling through one game with characters we had not known. They did such a great job in one game with characters that were brand new to all of us. Visually, the game was beautiful. Art wise, it was fucking beautiful. Music was fantastic. And then to have the game end and you were, I don't want to say heartbroken because that might be the wrong word to use, but you were fucking heartbroken
Mhm.
because it was, it hurt. It hurt.
Good cinematic.
It rivaled Halo 3 in the amount of hurt that you felt because of what had happened. And it kind of brought back that itch from this is prime fucking Halo, man. This is like, I feel back. I feel ready.
Mhm.
And then we get into the dumpster fire that was, and I will say that without apologies.
Halo 4.
Halo fucking 4. Well, hold on. In between there, we got Combat Evolved
Nope.
Anniversary.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we got Anniversary in there, which was cool. It
Yeah.
just revamp of Halo 1.
Which the cool thing about Master Chief Collection is you can switch between Anniversary and Combat Evolved graphics.
The original, yeah. Yeah, I think that's cool as hell.
It's so
Um,
goofy doing that on a PC though, because you're like, all right, Combat Evolved graphics, go, and I can't see any definition at all.
It was like the original Tomb Raider. Everything's in like weird fucking triangles.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's rough.
It's very interesting to see where graphics went from '01 to 2011, the 10-year gap. It's
Yeah.
very interesting to see.
Yeah, true. It is very, very interesting to see it.
And
And
I think
then
that revamp, I don't think it did anything for Halo. I think it was a good way to say, "Hey, if you haven't played our games yet, here's the baseline. Now go play Reach."
yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
kind of what that did. It didn't really
yeah,
like it kept them relevant for another year.
yeah. Um, after that, we got again the dumpster fire. Don't get me wrong, 343 Industries. They put out some great shit. You know what I mean? As the dev team that kind of put up everything. They called themselves like Halo Studios um, for a while, for a long while. They put out pretty much every single Halo game after that. Um, w- they're fine. There's no issue. I mean, there was an arcade game that came out. They
Spartan
did.
Assault, Spartan Assault, and Spartan Strike, I think, were the arcade games.
Here, let me look. They did. It looks like they collabed for, or no, they did Combat Evolved Anniversary. They did Halo 4, Spartan Assault. They did the Master Chief Collection. They did Spartan Strike. They did Halo 5 Guardians, which was the one that we were talking about earlier that was supposed to just be multiplayer. They did
No, that's Infinite.
Infinite, sorry. They did a Halo Wars Definitive Edition, which had somebody, I forget. It's whoever helped them on Halo 2. Creative Assembly, I think. They did it. And then they did some shit called Halo Recruit, which was a collaboration with Endeavor One, which was only on Microsoft Windows. They did Halo Fireteam Raven, which is an arcade game. That shit is fun as fuck. We have a barcade down the street from the house. They have that shit in there, and you get to pick your different characters like a yellow, orange, purple, and green, or maybe it's red, orange, purple, and green. You walk up, you pick up your little, what you call it, your little assault rifle, and then it's like every other arcade shooter, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong, you enjoy it. It's cool, but like I don't know if that's what you hang your cap on and say, "We did it, boys. We did
Yeah,
it." But then they're responsible for Halo Infinite.
yeah,
But
pretty much everything from Halo 4 on. Halo 4, awful. Everything else not as bad as Halo 4, but wasn't much better.
yeah, yeah, Halo 4 was that was the one. Oh, I'm trying to think. That's the one where you find the you're on that planet and you run into shit, and it was like the remnants. It was like the remnants of the Covenant. What the fuck were they called? The Forerunners?
Yes.
Yeah. So in Destiny, we have a Magnum, the pistol from Halo. We have a Magnum in Destiny called the Forerunner. Fun fact. Throw that out there for you guys. Um, but you had the Forerunners, and it was fun, and it looked great, and it was super exciting to jump in and be like, "Ah, man, I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be crazy." The best thing that came from Halo 4 was the fact that they fucking pushed out a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, right after Halo 4. What was it called? Forward Unto Dawn or something?
Yes.
They pushed out a movie. The movie was good. Don't get me wrong. The movie was great. Made 200 like 50 million or something. Now, could it have done better? Yeah, could have. But, movie was good. I enjoyed it. I played 4. I didn't like the story plot for 4, but I understand that there's some of those things that, Bungie probably took with them when they left and
Yeah.
kind of left 343 out to dry. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but I wish 4 had more. It didn't scratch the itch for me. It didn't say, "Hey, look, come in and play it." It's just like Halo 3, and to end Halo 3, ODST, fucking Reach, and then to have Halo 4 where they really just revamped the franchise. I get what they were trying to do, but I hated it.
Yeah. And I will say Halo 5 Guardians, the story was good. I really enjoyed the story for Guardians. The gameplay I felt was lacking. It felt like it was copy pasted from Halo 4.
And then after 4, and this is like by year after 4, we got, let's go back down here. Halo Spartan Assault. It was a mobile twin stick shooter game. You can get on phones and tablets and on PCs. Later released on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. I didn't play it.
Which one?
110%. The Spartan Assault
Yeah,
came
no,
out
I
in
didn't play either of
2013.
them. I didn't
Didn't play
play
it.
either Assault or Strike. They just
Yeah,
didn't.
didn't.
They didn't
After
look
after
good.
4, I was like, nah,
Yeah,
I'm good. You can count
I
me
think
out on
that's
that.
I think that's pretty much how everybody was until Halo 5.
Yeah.
After 4, everybody was like, "No, this is garbage. I don't want it anymore." Then Halo 5 comes around. It did some revamp for the Halo series. It was enough for them to launch Halo Wars 2 and Halo Infinite a few years later and to still be looked at as far as relevant.
Yeah.
But it's still Halo Wars 2 was nowhere near as good as Halo Wars 1.
And
You cannot
it was
change my
way
mind.
too no, I'm not gonna. It was way too late in the style of game that it was.
Yeah. I mean, there was what?
Like no
There
one.
was there was 8 years between the two of them.
Yeah, I'm also talking. When did Halo Wars 2 come out? Was that 2017?
17. Yep.
Yeah. So 2017, Halo Wars 2 comes out, right? We were playing fucking. We were taking out Oryx for the 12,000th time in Destiny at like it jumped into a market where the game style had been dead for years. I'm sure I mean people still played Civilization, so I get it. But the
So
game style had been dead.
so what had happened in 2017 was Halo 2 or call or Jesus. Destiny 2 released in 2017.
And then it was, oh, do I want to fucking play this, knockoff Bungie game, which is really what it was, or do I want to play Destiny 2? Which at the time, from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, the difference was night and day.
Huge.
We had class abilities, graphics looked better. We were, in the whole first game, it was, oh, here's this big bad that's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then the big bad finally showed up, and we had the Red War.
Mhm.
And you weren't pulling people away. Again, given um, given the year that it came out in 2017, it just wasn't. It needed to be more, and it needed to do more, and it needed to introduce some shit, and it didn't. And I don't know what it needed to introduce, but it just wasn't fun. Like I played it a couple of times just to give it some, just to try it. I don't want to be a hater for not trying it, but it just, I don't know. It
Yeah.
honestly just felt like they made a shittier version of Halo Wars 1.
Yeah. And then in 2021, we had Halo Infinite, which was supposed to be Halo's answer to Call of Duty Warzone. It was not necessarily a battle royale, but it was supposed to be the
Yes.
answer in the way of like this game is only PvP. You go in, there's a ton of different game modes pulled from all the different Halo games, ton of different weapons pulled from all the different Halo games.
Customization was crazy.
Yeah, the customization was in Halo Infinite was crazy, but outside of that, Halo Infinite flopped. And it flopped pretty hard. So, from the top down, guys, Halo to Halo Reach. That was 10 years from 2001 to 2010 was the golden years for Halo. It was a prominent game for that entire span. Everything after that was a slow burn fire of just
I,
garbage.
I feel like so slow burn is being nice. You know what I mean? It just wasn't like if you were a Halo fanboy,
It killed it.
then you killed it, right?
If you were if you were a Halo partaker but not a fanboy, it was a slow downhill burn.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna see. Is there announcement that there's gonna be another Halo game anytime soon?
Not that I have seen. And honestly, if they do create a new Halo game, they've got from 2021 to now, there has been so much developing in the gaming sphere that they've got a lot to make up for. And I think if they tried to create a new Halo game, it might kill the game for everybody. And
Dude, Infinite
everybody
did
would
that for a lot of people.
yeah, and everybody would swear Halo off forever. The only Halo they would play is either Master Chief Collection or Reach if they still have an Xbox 360.
Reach. Love that.
So
Yeah, it's just running back through. You would literally just said it. Halo One to Halo Reach were, if you were into the FPS genre with a little bit of switching into the third person, because I think Halo 3 um, allowed you to switch into third person as a view. Was
yeah,
it three? Was it three or ODST?
I want to say it was ODST.
Okay, I know it was about that time, but man, that was, if you didn't like the first person, cool, right? They gave you a third person option. Granted, it was late, but it is what it is. But it was just everything about those games, pushing through, playing through, they were fantastic. If you were into the FPS games at the time, they were fucking huge.
Hmm.
You weren't doing anything better. Like, nobody was gonna beat them. No one's gonna go back. Even the earlier when I said, I don't think we're gonna have that back, in a way that a game changes the landscape like that. I don't know if we're honestly ever gonna have a 10-year span like that.
No.
Again, no, we will for sure, but it'll be some new hotness. It'll be like some Ready Player One shit.
Now,
But
if you want to lump Destiny and Destiny 2 in together, the Destiny franchise did go for
hard,
about 10
hard as
years.
shit.
About 10
They've
years.
gone. Well, yeah, they're still going. Right? They just dropped the last
Sorta.
episodic model. They just dropped the last episode. There's some stuff going on where we may end up outside of the solar system. Um, they've already got the next
So,
DLC
but it's been a dead
announced.
game for a year.
Oh, two. It's not just a year, bro. Since they dropped Lightfall, or what was it? Yeah, Lightfall, the Neo Luna shit.
So you'd say
Since then,
2023 was when it died?
yeah, they had a great 9-year
That
run.
means that means it made it 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years. Sorry, they were
So,
they were good. They were
still
doing good.
still not a 10-year run of perfection.
Yeah, and I mean,
Still not.
this season in Destiny has been great so far. Like everything, it's fucking repetitive. You know, um, but we're getting Frontiers, which, if I remember right, Frontiers is going to be split into two with two main, story plot kind of deals with it. The first one's going to be called Apollo. So we'll
Okay.
see. I'm not gonna. There's a bunch of quote unquote leaks out there, so I'm not gonna jump in and start throwing out the spoilers and the leaks and stuff. If you guys have questions, hit me up or just go to Google, and I'll fucking spill the beans. But there's, if Apollo flops, Destiny 2 will be done
Yeah.
for sure, which will then tell Bungie, hey, we're really only good at running games for about 10 years.
Yeah.
But the issue is that Bungie sold right at that time to Sony.
Mhm.
Now, Sony has made more money off of Bungie and their collab skin packs that you can buy than I think anyone else. I
Probably.
really do. Bro, they just dropped a fucking Star Wars pack. You want to be a
Oh. Oh.
stormtrooper in Destiny? You want to be a stormtrooper in Destiny 2? You
Go
can.
for it.
You absolutely can. You can go be a stormtrooper. You want to be a fucking royal guard? Go do it. You can do that. You you want to be a death trooper? Go do it. Depending on your character, depends on who you are. But go, have fun, be free, my child. Throw the arc subclass on as a fucking warlock, run around, force lightning people. It's a lot of fun. But the collabs, I think, are what is making Destiny stay alive right now.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to see what happened with Halo. I don't want to see that happen to Destiny. I want it to take a Halo 3 approach. I want it to fucking end. Call it a day. You had your 10-year run. Call it.
Yeah.
Be done with it. And then we move on. And if history serves us right, 343 will pick it up.
Yeah.
But there'll be somebody who tries to go on, they'll buy the rights away. I don't think that'll happen. It's what live service games are bigger than Destiny? Or Destiny 2.
I can't think of any right now.
I can't either. I don't think Sony's gonna let it go. I think Sony takes over that board. And then hopefully we get back to the heyday of Destiny, which playing Destiny for the first time was like playing Halo for the first time.
Yeah.
It was something new. It was fresh. Wasn't something that we had seen 1,000 times or had oversaturated. In the market scene of it, it was something that was out there. Um, and then we watched really post like the Bungie Activision split. Yeah, about then, like not Taking King, the Forsaken Forsaken. That whole time frame, right after the Bungie Activision split, is whenever we started seeing Bungie go downhill.
Yeah.
Because shit just wasn't good. So Bungie, again, if you're out there and you're listening, boys and girls, astronauts alike, fucking give up. Give us a new game or reset this shit. Otherwise, you're going to be known as the guys who can make 10 years of great video games that are iconic. I mean, shit, Destiny 2 at the Game Awards this year was what you call it? Well, actually, Fortnite, I think, is a live service game.
Yeah.
So big wise, Fortnite would be it. But anyway, it was best ongoing video game. It's still being nominated for awards. Yeah, granted, it's because it's been going for fucking Destiny 2's been out for what, 6 years? 7 years?
2014, so no.
Destiny, that was Destiny 1.
2017. So yeah, 7
Yeah,
years.
7 years. Like, man, don't do it to the point that you're playing it like you played Halo, or you just gave us revamped shit from before 15 times. You know, give it to us the right way.
Well, I'm sure Sith will agree with me when I say we do recommend you play Halo, but we also only recommend you play Halos 1 through
1 through Reach.
Reach. So
Yeah,
if
go
you want to play
them.
the Master Chief Collection, that's a good thing to get. You can play 1 through 3. They haven't, as far as to my knowledge, released Reach anywhere else other than the 360 when it was on 360.
I haven't seen it anywhere else other than the 360, but I mean, I think Xbox Game Pass, I think you guys can go in and play the retro titles. And I think Reach and ODST are both considered retro title.
Well, there you go.
So you should be able to play them that way. Hopefully, if Microsoft is serious and wants to push this shit over to PlayStation and at least, and I'll say Nintendo, because I'm not saying Switch. Stupid. If they push it over, hopefully they realize, okay, cool. Hey, Sony, you guys own Bungie. Bungie owned the rights to all this shit in the beginning. So can we get everything that Bungie had worked on? That would be cool. And again, you guys would never fucking see me because I would be on Reach for the rest of my life. I would never play another game.
I'm gonna pop your bubble and make you cry a little bit, Seth.
Oh, don't do it, bro. I was thinking of crying in video games and Bravo,
Halo
Bravo
Reach,
2. Shit.
you can play it with Game Pass.
Okay.
But you could also buy it for $8 right now.
Oh, that's a fucking travesty, bro. Why is it $8? Why?
Sorry,
Why
it's
is
8.
that?
It's 20% off with Game Pass, so you can buy it for $8 with Game Pass.
Or $10 without? Fucking Christ. I do not gonna buy an Xbox. I have to. It's a part of the rules now. I must. I'm not gonna, but I'm gonna tell
Or
myself
you
I need
just
to.
buy a PC and get Game Pass for PC because that's what I'm looking at right now.
Nah.
And then
I'm
you can
good.
play with me, and we can play Reach together.
Yeah, but like that actually would be fun as fuck. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was fixing to think of something that like, oh no, I don't wanna. But I'm like, fuck, I kind of wanna. Not gonna bullshit. Damn it, bro.
So this is what's going to happen here in the very near future, guys. I am going to play Halo, and I'm going to stream it on PC, and it's going to be titled Sith Come Get Me. And Sith is going to go buy a PC.
Get me. Damn it, bro. If more people went to my OnlyFans and subbed, I'd be able to afford to buy a PC.
It's not very expensive.
No. It's not that it's expensive. And it's not even that I couldn't afford it right now. It's the fact of I do stupid shit and I buy things that I shouldn't all the fucking time.
Mm.
I am in a very fortunate situation being ex-military, getting VA benefits and getting my regular paycheck, that I've got some disposable income. I could go do it, but the way my bills are set up is I don't want to.
Tell you what,
I just don't want to do it.
find a budget. We have tons of friends that can help you build one
Oh,
on a budget.
yeah, bro. I got guys I work with. They're the same way. They're like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
don't play on PC?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh, it'd be cool if you did." I was like, "Motherfuckers, Discord and crossplay are how we fix that." And they're like, "Ah." Native has been trying.
Like I said, guys, I'm going to buy Halo Reach, and I'm going to sit there and play it on stream and the stream is going to be titled "Sith Come Get Me."
We're
So
gonna mute his.
He will have to build a PC just to come play with me.
We're gonna mute his audio. And I'm gonna be in the Discord, and it's just gonna be me crying because I miss it so much.
Yep.
That's all the audio that's gonna come through. It's just gonna be like beefsteaks for the sub. It's gonna be rough, boys and girls and astronauts. So like, let's not do that. But yeah, man. Uh, to kind of round out the Halo thing, like there's nothing that is gonna beat how iconic it was in my head. Just kind of when it came on the scene, when it started, how it progressed from start to finish. At least that Bungie owned, like nothing's gonna fucking come to it. Nothing's gonna stop it. There's never gonna be anything in my head that's gonna be better until we get a different way to play video games. I don't think there will be. There's not gonna be a better 10 years of video games. And we were talking about earlier the games that were coming out in between Halo releases. From '01 to 11, we had two brand new Call of Duties. We had two new fucking Battlefields. That was they really took off and kind of sent the FPS genre from like lower orbit to the fucking moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it caused so many games to have to get to that point. Otherwise, they weren't going to work. It blew the industry up completely. I mean, how many fucking times have we seen them jump in and go, here's this new first person shooter, and then it failed? I mean, even today, we're running into issues where games are too similar to games that came out previously. They're just not going anywhere. A lot of that is because make your own fucking thing. But a lot of that is also because there's people like me who see it and go, you did that once before, but it was
Let's
called something else.
let's see if
Why
you
are
did
you
it
trying to
better.
recreate it? Yeah. And most of the time they don't, you know. But it was great, man. I miss fucking being able to play Halo all the time. Uh as if I was, a 10, 11-year-old kid again. It's such a core memory for me.
And just so you listeners know, I asked Sith to come on the show today, an hour before we recorded,
Homie, that
and
shit
he
wasn't
was
even an hour. You messaged me at
no, it wasn't.
124. You
Yeah,
messaged me at 124 said, "Hey, I'm Mountain Time, right? You're Central." So you said,
yeah.
"Hey, can you come on at 3 Central? Are you busy today or something like that? Do you want to be on the podcast tonight? I would love to have you." I was like, "Yeah, sure." Fucking, at first I didn't think I was going to be able to, but then I looked at it and I
He,
was like, "Nah, bro,
I think what
I'll
happened
do it."
was, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think this is what exactly happened in your head. You said you saw, "Do you want to be on podcast?" You're like, "Oh man, I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." You saw we're talking about Halo, and you went, "Oh god, oh man, if I miss that episode, I'm gonna cry."
Bro, I literally looked over at my AirPod case and all I could think of was Cortana going, "Put me in your head now." And I was like, "All right, fuck, I'll do it. Leave me alone." Okay. So it was, but yeah, uh, man, Halo it's great. For anybody out there listening, if you've never played Halo before and you have a PC
Give it a
and
shot.
you have the luxury of having Game Pass, things like that, fucking play it. It's
Uh,
so good. You're
if
not gonna have a
memory
great time because of
serves,
graphics, but
yeah, Halo Master Chief Collection. I'm double checking now. I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass.
I think it is.
Like, if you have Game Pass, I think you can just download and play Master Chief Collection.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So anybody out there, if you got a
Maybe not.
PC
I don't know.
or if you got a PC or an Xbox, you don't have a fucking excuse to not play it.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't own it. I have the option to buy it for $32, but you can play it included with Game Pass for free.
There you go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have PlayStation or Nintendo, you have no excuse to not play the shit.
Yeah. So
If, and then
get out there,
PlayStation and Nintendo,
millions.
you don't have an excuse either. Go buy an Xbox.
Or just wait for it to come out on Xbox or on a PlayStation and Switch, because that's what they're doing is putting Master Chief Edition out there.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
So
Just go buy an Xbox.
moving into news and updates, guys, we've got a pretty good list because we've missed a couple weeks. So we've got Helldivers 2 Servants of Freedom Warbond launched on February 6th. We've got some Marvel Rival skins for Captain America and Luna Snow. They are awesome.
With Marvel Rivals, real quick, I don't know the day of the week that the shit drops, I don't. But
21st.
is it the 21st for sure?
This second half of the season. Yeah,
Yeah.
21st.
Okay, so are we getting is it a new map or just new characters?
I think it's new characters. They're not doing rank reset. They talked about doing it and they got bad feedback, so they're not doing rank reset for the mid-season.
Okay, so we are getting the Human Torch. If you guys are Johnny Storm fans, jump on in there. You know what I'm saying? And then if you guys are Big Ben fans, you know what I'm saying, like me, we're getting the Thing, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. That'll be on the 21st of next week of this month. We'll be able to play. It'll be fun.
And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take SithDaddyFresh's masterclass on shit talk so that I can play Human Torch to his thing and we can shit talk each other the whole time because that's canonically accurate to the characters. So that's how that's going to work.
The greatest bit of shit talk in any movie that could be considered Marvel, and I say that because now Marvel owns it. Um, I don't think they're gonna fucking have any kind of tie over from the original Fantastic Four movies. But I think it's in Fantastic Four 2, The Silver Surfer, Rise of the Silver Surfer, or whatever. Uh, the Thing is getting married,
Yeah, to a blind
and
chick, and yep, I know exactly what scene you're talking
yeah,
about.
he's getting married to a blind chick, and in it, the Human Torch, Johnny looks at him and goes, "How did you guys?" And he's asking him like, "How do you guys, make love, right?" And he goes, and Ben looks at him and is like, "That's none of your business." And he's just like, "I just don't want to
We're
wake up
worried.
tomorrow. Yeah, we're worried. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and find out that she died in a rock slide." And it is the
Rock slide.
only
I'll
thing,
show you a rock slide.
yeah, the only thing funnier than that shit talk wise in the MCU might be Avengers 1 when Iron Man lands and meets Thor for the first time and he's like, "Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?" Those are the two best. And I'm excited for it.
I don't
Fucking
know. I think the funniest one was when Ant-Man was talking to somebody in Civil War, and they're like, "Who are you?" "I'm Ant-Man." "Nobody has heard of you." "Oh, well, uh, I can shrink down to the size of an ant, 10 times body strength," and everybody just kind of moves on. And
yeah.
that was hilarious.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail your news and updates, but
No,
yeah,
we're
next
good.
week, 21st, Rivals update. Two new characters. There'll be
Maybe a
some
new map.
skins that drop with them. Maybe a new map. Um, the community is trying to reach out to Marvel themselves because we are getting a new Fantastic Four movie this year. I think
Mhm.
it's this year. They want the costumes that they wear in the Fantastic Four movie as skins in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I think that'll
I'm
happen.
excited
That'll
for I'm
probably be a
excited
thing.
for it. I'm excited for it. They also were Ben is gonna be like comic accurate
Yeah.
with the big unibrow looking thing going on. So I'm excited for that as well.
Yep. Next, we've got MLB The Show 25 gameplay and modes revealed.
Ugh.
We've got new Monster Hunter Wilds trailer reveals the Ice Shard Cliffs and the monsters held within. Helldivers 2, they just teamed up with PlayStation, Sony for a PS5 controller. There's a new Helldivers controller for PS5s. And last but not least, Apex Legends Takeover launched on February 11th, so 4 days ago as of this recording. And that's all we got for news and updates.
Helldivers controller, bro?
Yeah, dude. You should go look it
I
up.
did I
It's in our
did
it's
see
in our
that.
Discord, in our news and updates.
Hell yeah, I'll go look. I did see that Scuff. They are the like controller sponsor of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And the Scuff controller, the one they have just like up to announce it and say, "Hey, we're the official controller of Call of Duty, blah blah blah." Dude, that controller is sick as fuck.
Yeah.
It's
Scuff
it's so dope.
Scuff controllers were really good for a long time, and now they're kind of mid-range as far as competitive level controllers at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but it is what it is at that point. It's
But
I,
honestly, the only reason they're mid-range is because of how expensive they are.
yeah. That's what I was about to say. Are you a fanboy of Scuff? It's like if the answer is yes, cool, go buy one. If you're not, definitely there's a thousand. Not
Yeah.
really, but there's a thousand other options out there that are going to be, you know, damn near as good or do exactly what you're looking for.
In a quarter of the price.
For a fraction of the fucking price. Scuff are expensive, very, very much so. Completely
You-
customizable. We're not sponsored by Scuff, by the way.
no.
Just they're completely customizable all the way down to the texture pad that they put on your joysticks, textures on the back side. I have a Scuff. I don't use it anymore. But I have a Scuff that was a birthday present to me. Bro, the shit is bonkers. It is wild. You get
So
paddles and shit. It's a lot of fun.
so I had a Scuff controller. So do you remember when Destiny the Taken King launched?
Yeah, like it
You
was
remember how
yesterday,
they
bro.
did you remember how they did PS4 uh collaboration with that?
Yeah.
I bought that PS4 and I have it. I still own it. I still have the Destiny overlay PS4. That was my PS4 that I got for the first PS4. And then I bought a Scuff controller, or no, I got one for Christmas. I got a Scuff controller for Christmas that same year to match my Destiny 2 PlayStation 4.
That's it's turning me on a little bit, not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I don't know how you guys handle sexual portions of y'all show, but
we tend to avoid them.
okay. So I will not describe to you in grave detail what is happening in my pants right now, but I will
Hit me
let
up
you
hit
and
me
the
up in the
listener.
DMs. Hit
Yeah,
me up in the DMs, bro.
I will let you and the listener imagine because it's going down. It's
Yeah.
crazy right now.
So it was
Um,
really cool because it had the white on black for Dead Orbit and it had some gold inlay on there for the Traveler.
Boys and girls, if you don't know what Dead Orbit was, don't ask. It was a terrific idea. Fell fucking flat in the game.
Yeah.
Upsetting.
The factions could have been done way better.
They were done better in D1,
They were.
having specific guns to specific factions, and
Yeah. And
it was fun.
I think the people that complain this is just the last thing I'm going to say before we finish the close out of the show because this is going to keep going forever if we don't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
But I think the people that complained about it were just not good enough because you could actually get all of the guns from all of the factions. You just had to switch factions and play enough.
Yeah, but I didn't
I
want to
think they
have
were just
to.
not good enough.
One, I didn't want to have to play more than one character, right? Because I'm not a warlock guy, right?
You
So I didn't
didn't.
want to have to do that. Also didn't want to have to pay for the store shit in order to buy the thing to change your faction.
In Taken
Because
King, they changed how that worked. You could use in-game currency to change your faction. It was expensive. Don't get me wrong, it
yeah,
was expensive,
and in
but you
Destiny
could
One,
use
getting currency was fucking next to impossible.
that's true.
They made that shit so much easier in Destiny 2. I didn't want to have to
That's true.
grind for a week, and then you had to be in that faction for like a week or something. You know, if you played it in no life, yeah, sure, you had all the guns in a week. I just didn't care for it. It was
That's fair.
boring. Destiny 2, we have the factions were still a thing in the beginning. We still have them. Or we still have the weapons. I don't know of a Dead Orbit or a New Monarchy um like faction gun that we still use.
No, there isn't any.
Future War Cult, the number.
Yeah.
That's the only one that Void Auto is the only one I see anymore, even in like drops and stuff. And yeah, Banshee will sell the shit every once in a while, but this is the Halo episode, not a Bungie episode, so we'll stop talking about Destiny.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, to your favorite part of the show, Astronaut of the Week. This week we have ElmmerFuddGames as our Astronaut of the Week. This guy
Yeah.
he is incredible as far as a community member. He's incredible as far as a community leader. He is just a bucket of fun and a bucket of laughs. You know, if you guys are not in his Discord, I highly recommend going to join ElmmerFuddGames Discord. You can jump in on the tournaments that he hosts. You can get links to all of his all of his YouTube stuff there. You can get links to all of his streaming stuff. It's all dropped in there automatically via bot.
He does a
It's
podcast as well.
He has 2 podcasts.
JSG. Yeah, he does have two podcasts. I only listen to JSG. Sorry, Elmer, I love you. But he has a podcast, him and Russ on JSG, Just Some Gamers. It's a lot of fun to listen to him. If you know jump in and kind of hang out a bit, and you start getting into being more of a, I don't want to say prominent because that feels like the wrong word to use, but if you're not just there to kind of bullshit through your day or whatever, and you want to be a part of the community and you take that step forward, He'll message you much like Ranger messaged me, and he'll be like, "Hey, you want to be on the podcast tonight?" And you'll be able to jump in. You'll be able to hang out. Um, Elmer, dude, literally like Elmer's the fucking cornerstone of what we call the owl sector.
Yep.
I wasn't here for it when it started, but it was just a big group of a bunch of different discords that came together under one ruler, Mr. Admiral Nips, and they all just have been working off of each other. Man, we've branched off so many different fucking communities and podcasts. I mean, this podcast was a branch off to, or this podcast wasn't a branch off. Well, it wasn't,
Actually,
right?
it was a branch to a branch.
Yeah, it was a branch to what was it?
So this
Oh,
podcast came off of Power World Podcast.
that's what it
Power
was.
World
I couldn't think.
Podcast branched off of BBL.
Yeah, I
So
couldn't think of
BBL,
it.
Power World, us.
But yeah, man, it's Elmer. Elmer's a like the fucking cornerstone in these discords, in every
Wait,
one of them.
Sith, does that make you my granddad now that you're a co-host on BBL?
Well, I mean,
Can I call you Pop Pop?
yes, I think so. And no, I like Paw Paw a little bit better than Pop Pop.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Pop
Yeah,
Pop from now on.
matter of fact, actually, you can call me Granddaddy.
Granddaddy Sith. There we go.
Granddaddy said, I'll change my name in the Discord.
Yep. Next up, right there.
Yep.
Granddaddy Sith.
But, yeah, Fudd, man, you're fucking beautiful, dude. We love you. We love you putting on these tournaments. We love you coming in, in the middle of us all just kind of hanging out with your crazy shit. Just you make everyone smile. You bring so much joy to every fucking Discord you're in. It doesn't matter what's going on. Like I guarantee I could be talking about my dead grandmother and you would jump in and I would smile just because of something you said. But
Yep.
that is not to push away his wife, Mrs. Fudd. She is fantastic as well. I can definitely see why those two are together is because they're like yin and yang to a point that they
Dude.
balance each other out so much. They're fucking terrific.
But they're also so similar that they have
Yes.
so many things in common.
Yeah. They're
Like
they're
she
great.
likes to
They're
cook,
great.
he likes to eat.
Yeah.
Things like that.
He likes to drink and she likes to take out the recycling. It's a fucking trade-off. I'm kidding. But yeah, Fudd, we love you, man. BBL, we just did a whole episode where we had beef on and he talked about Fudd for fucking 2.5 hours. It was nuts.
Yeah. Well, our streamer of the week, guys, is Critical Role. You guys can find them. We will put their Twitch link in our description of our show. They are a group of voice actors who play Dungeons and Dragons. They created a whole company off of it. And they're just awesome. They're great human beings. They put on an amazing show. And they go live, I believe, every Thursday. At least that's what it used to be. I don't know if they still do it every Thursday, but they're currently ending their third campaign. And yes, they have live streamed 3 whole D&D campaigns over the last few years, and they're still going strong.
You were telling me earlier, their very first campaign was a TV show?
Yeah, so they had their first campaign, they live streamed it, and in the last couple of years, they made a deal with Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime put out an animated series of their first campaign.
Which is fucking crazy, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, astronauts alike, we do things like this. We do podcasts. 1, because we like talking to each other. 2, because we want to hear your guys' voice, and in some way, we want to be able to use y'all's voice as in place of our own in times when it comes to pushing stuff out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Where that's how gaming communities work. And when you have a podcast that can branch out of a Discord or a Facebook group, it's a great thing. But that's to be able to fucking have a TV show, to be able to have a TV show on a game that has been prevalent for like fucking 40 years. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Honestly, out of everybody in our joint communities, Fudd should have his own show.
Fudd. Yeah,
Dude,
how fun.
if somebody took a compilation of all of Fudd's streams and all of his stuff on YouTube and made an animated series based around Elmer Fudd and like exaggerated it a whole bunch,
Yeah.
I would watch that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't know the episode number, and I'm not trying to plug our shit, but we did we did an episode, the episode with Beef, that we talked about FUD the whole fucking time. We have a phone line over there that you can shoot text or voicemails into, and we'll play it on the show, read it off on the show. And he sent us a fucking diss track of the BBL, and he was like, "It's 3 in the morning. I want to go to bed." But he sent us an entire diss track where he went through and dissed all four of the co-hosts. He dissed all of us, and it was just that's FUD. That's just who he is. It's fantastic being able to hang out with that guy and get to know him a little bit more every time I play with him. He's super fucking big into Helldivers and Rivals. So if you guys play Helldivers or Rivals, you know what I'm saying? Me and Ranger will shoot him a message and see if we can link his Discord, if nothing else, because they play a bunch of shit over there.
Yeah.
We'll look and see about linking his Discord in the show description here.
So yeah, speaking of plugging y'all's stuff over there, where can the people find you, Sith Daddy?
Oh, shit, man.
Sorry, Granddaddy. Where can people find you?
Well, back in my day, you could find me on the Pornhub. I'm kidding. Yep, fucking everywhere, man. If it's a Discord in the owl sector, I'm in it. From here, I'm not in the Power World podcast one, but that's because I don't play Power World. But you can find me pretty much everywhere else at SithDaddyFresh. I am a co-host over at the BBL podcast. We like to hang out and bullshit. A lot of our episodes don't have any kind of structure, and I'll say that 110%. Sometimes they do, but they don't. Sometimes it's just the four of us bullshit, and we'll bring a guest in and bullshit. We'll talk about video games and life and everything else, and it's a lot of
Sometimes they
fun.
sing people happy birthday.
We do sing happy birthday. We also sing songs, so don't hit us with a copyright thing, because my Lizzo rendition is currently going platinum as we speak. So don't do that. I need the money from that. So trying to buy a PC as we talked about earlier. So
Yeah.
but yeah, just find me throughout the Discords. I got a fucking Instagram at SithDaddyFresh. You can follow me over there. That's more life shit. If you want to see my face, that's cool. You can find me on Facebook, I think. I've got a thing on there. I'm forgetting one. Oh, TikTok. For those of you who don't know, and if you haven't been paying attention to it, TikTok has become re-downloadable on the app stores now. So I have a TikTok. It has literally dick shit to do with gaming, but I write poetry. I've won a couple of awards in the state of Colorado for it. You can jump over there and read my poetry. Send me a DM. Tell me if it sucks. Tell me if it's good. At the end of the day, it's only going to make me better or make my head bigger. So I'll let you guys choose on what you want to do there. But yeah,
And what is that TikTok under?
SithDaddyFresh. It's pretty much everywhere. SithDaddyFresh. It'll pop up. Discords, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, PlayStation. If you guys are on PSN, SithDaddyFresh. Shoot me an invite. Throw a message in there when you do it. Hey, I'm so and so. I'm part of
Did you write
AAP.
all of these?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody hides pain better than a man that's trying to do right.
Yeah, I didn't write that. I found that on Google. That's
you
just
have a new follower. You have a new follower. I'm
There you
gonna go through that later.
Appreciate it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Daddy's fucking hole on OnlyFans is the only thing that's not SithDaddyFresh. So
And you guys can find me in the same old places as every same week. And honestly, I don't feel like going through the list today, but it's a lot of places. You guys have heard the show before. You know where you can find me. Thank you to all of you for coming to listen to the Astronaut Arcade. And, we just love doing this. Podcasting for me is something I never thought was going to be as fun as it is. And you guys are a big part of that. Our community is slowly growing, and we're trying to get involved with other communities to try and bring in some new faces and maybe get some laughs for everybody in here as well. But thank you all for listening.
I am the resident laugh guy.
Thank you all for listening to the Astronaut Arcade podcast, where we take one small step for man and a giant leap for gamerkind. And Pluto is most definitely a planet.